It's been over 50 years since American Graffiti first hit the screen, capturing one unforgettable summer night filled with cruising cars, rock and roll, and teenage dreams. The film launched the careers of many young actors. Some went on to become Hollywood legends. Others chose quieter paths, and a few have sadly passed on. In this series, we take a closer look at each cast member, who they played, where life took them after the film, and how they are remembered today. From breakout stars to hidden gems, discover the real-life stories behind the faces of American Graffiti. Ron Howard, born on March 1st, 1954, in Duncan, Oklahoma. He portrayed Steve Bolander in American Graffiti, 1973, at the age of 19. Steve is a dependable and ambitious teen preparing to leave for college, though emotionally torn about leaving his girlfriend and his familiar life behind. His character reflects the tension between personal growth and emotional loyalty. Following the film, Howard shifted his focus to directing, becoming a critically acclaimed filmmaker known for Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and Frost, Nixon. In 2025, at 71 years old, he continues to produce and direct films through his company, Imagine Entertainment.
Weird Willard.
Hold on a minute, get my pants off.
I'm going to the canal.
Hold on a minute.
What for?
Hold on a second.
Of a kind of singular creative voice. Not that Andy wrote, he wasn't didn't have a producer credit, but it was his show.
Richard Dreyfuss, born on October 29, 1947, in Brooklyn, New York. He portrayed Kurt Henderson in American Graffiti, 1973, when he was 26 years old. Kurt is an introspective and slightly awkward recent high school graduate, unsure of his future, but drawn to the mystery and allure of the world beyond his hometown. His night of cruising becomes a symbolic journey of self-discovery. After American Graffiti, Dreyfuss became a major Hollywood star, with standout roles in Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and The Goodbye Girl, for which he won an Academy Award. In 2025, he is 77 years old and remains active in public life, focusing on mental health advocacy and civic education.
Go ahead, slug me, scar my face. I wouldn't dance with you for the last time up in this gym. This is getting good. Come on, Eddie, I'll dance with you. You don't mind, do you?
We shot the film on Martha's Vineyard, and you could follow the progress of the film by the amount of radio mics there were all over the island,
right,
even if you didn't care. And
Charles Martin Smith, born on October 30th, 1953, in Van Nuys, California. He portrayed Terry the Toad Fields in American Graffiti, 1973, when he was 20 years old. Terry is the awkward but eager underdog who finally gets a chance to shine when he's left in charge of a cool car for the night. His misadventures with Debbie reveal his endearing vulnerability and hidden charm. After the film, Smith built a solid career as both an actor and director, appearing in Starman, The Untouchables, and directing Dolphin Tale. In 2025, at 71 years old, he remains respected in the industry for his versatility and storytelling skill.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, son?
No. Most niggers don't. Next, please.
Cindy Williams, born on August 22nd, 1947, in Los Angeles, California. She portrayed Laurie Henderson in American Graffiti, 1973, at the age of 26. Laurie is Steve's girlfriend, a sweet and sensible young woman who struggles with the fear of being left behind as her boyfriend prepares to leave for college. Her emotional depth and strength make her a relatable figure in the film. Cindy Williams became a household name as Shirley Feeney in Laverne and Shirley, a hugely successful sitcom. Sadly, she passed away on January 25th, 2023, at the age of 75, after a brief illness. She is remembered for her charm, comedic timing, and warmth on screen.
I remember.
She's a task mistress. She will have things, she'll read the script and, be smoking a cigarette and have it down in a day.
Paul Le Mat, born on September 22nd, 1945, in Rahway, New Jersey. He portrayed John Milner in American Graffiti, 1973, when he was 28 years old. John is a classic hot rod driving rebel, tough on the outside, but with a sense of decency and loneliness beneath the surface. He represents the fading era of 1950s-style masculinity and teenage independence. LaMatte's performance became iconic, and he continued acting in films like Melvin and Howard, which won critical acclaim. As of 2025, he is 79 years old, largely retired from acting, and occasionally appears at film retrospectives celebrating the legacy of American graffiti.
Milner, the front end of this thing you're driving looks a little low.
No, sir, no. It's 12.5 inches, regulation size. Now, it's been checked several times. You can check.
Anyway, hello, everybody. Here I am in my beautiful apartment, and Mary Bell is filming, and I'm trying to think of something.
Candy Clark, born on June 20th, 1947, in Norman, Oklahoma. She portrayed Debbie Dunham in American Graffiti, 1973, when she was 26 years old. Debbie is a free-spirited, outgoing young woman who unexpectedly bonds with the nerdy Terry over the course of one crazy night. Her fun-loving personality and surprising depth made her a standout in the ensemble cast. Candy Clark received an Academy Award nomination for her role in American Graffiti and continued her acting career in films like The Man Who Fell to Earth and Blue Thunder. In 2025, she is 77 years old and occasionally appears at film festivals and pop culture conventions.
I know everything your dirty little mind is thinking. It shows.
Hey now, buddy, look, the lady obviously doesn't want to have to...
Creep, you want a knuckle sandwich?
We're here for a very important movie with American Graffiti.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot of fond memories of that
That's
film.
Tomorrow night, and I'm very pleased and proud of that.
Bo Hopkins, born William Malden Hopkins, on February 2nd, 1938, in Greenville, South Carolina. He portrayed Joe Young, the leader of the Pharaohs Gang, in American Graffiti, 1973, when he was 35 years old. Joe is tough, street-smart, and slightly menacing, but he also has a humorous side that adds depth to the gang's intimidating presence. After the film, Bo Hopkins had a steady career in film and television, appearing in projects such as The Wild Bunch, Midnight Express, and Dynasty. He passed away on May 28, 2022, at the age of 84 due to complications following heart surgery. He is remembered as a dependable and rugged presence in American cinema.
Get out. Okay. Now you got it? I'm staying here. You're on your own. Wait a minute.
Times over the years, right? Here in Ontario, Canada, at the Steve Plunkett Estate, which is a beautiful house.
It is.
Yeah.
He puts on the best show, right?
Mackenzie Phillips, born on November 10, 1959, in Alexandria, Virginia. She portrayed Carol Morrison in American Graffiti, 1973, when she was just 14 years old. Carol is a feisty and sharp-witted preteen who unexpectedly ends up cruising with the much older John Milner for the night. Her innocence, humor, and sassy attitude bring a surprising dynamic to Milner's otherwise cool demeanor. After American Graffiti, Phillips became well known for her role in the sitcom One Day at a Time, though her career was later impacted by struggles with addiction. In 2025, at 65 years old, she is a recovery advocate and author, working as a substance abuse counselor and continuing to speak publicly about addiction and healing.
Got some, so don't try anything.
Hey, watch it, will you? Jesus Christ. Thanks a lot. Hey.
Access, but I think that even if, I mean, because I'm so deeply genetically predisposed to addiction and alcoholism, then I could have just been, never...
Kathleen Quinlan, born on November 19, 1954, in Pasadena, California. She portrayed Peg in American Graffiti, 1973, when she was 19 years old. Peg is a brief but memorable presence, part of the vibrant teenage crowd that makes up the film's richly detailed world. Though her role was small, American Graffiti marked her film debut. Quinlan went on to build a respected acting career with roles in films like I Never Promised You, A Rose Garden, Apollo 13, and Breakdown. She received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for Apollo 13. In 2025, at 70 years old, she continues to act in film and television. admired for her versatility and enduring screen presence.
I could forget him in a week. After you're elected senior queen, I have so many boys after your bar. Peggy, the whole point is I do not want to go...
Because there was a great experience there to be had. It isn't always about the quintessential part or anything like that. So
Wolfman Jack, born Robert Weston Smith on January 21st, 1938 in Brooklyn, New York. He portrayed himself, a charismatic and mysterious radio disc jockey, in American Graffiti, 1973, at the age of 35. As the voice behind the music that soundtracks the night, his character represents the cultural heartbeat of the era, and his brief on-screen appearance adds a layer of authenticity and magic. Outside of the film, Wolfman Jack was one of the most iconic radio personalities of the 20th century, famous for his gravelly voice and energetic style. He passed away on July 1st, 1995, at the age of 57 from a heart attack, shortly after finishing a broadcast. He is remembered as a legend of radio and pop culture.
He's seen. There's a great, big, beautiful world out there. And here I sit, sucking on popsicles.
Well, I was nice. Oh, that was good. I go out and communicate with folks and talk to them. Now I can't talk to anybody. They say, oh, Wolfman, he's here. Yeah, okay. Sign an autograph, go away. And we do that.
Harrison Ford, born on July 13th, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois. He portrayed Bob Falfa in American Graffiti, 1973, when he was 31 years old. Bob is a mysterious leather-jacketed drag racer who shows up to challenge John Milner, bringing intensity and bravado to their climactic race. Ford's cool, understated performance hinted at the major star he would soon become. After American Graffiti, Ford rocketed to superstardom as Han Solo in Star Wars and as Indiana Jones in the iconic adventure series. In 2025, at 82 years old, he remains a cinematic legend, still active in film and recently reprising roles in both the Indiana Jones and Blade Runner franchises.
Do you have hobbies? Are you a person that has hobbies?
I had a hobby, but I turned it into something resembling it.
Suzanne Somers, born on October 16, 1946, in San Bruno, California. She portrayed the mysterious blonde in The T-Bird in American Graffiti, 1973, when she was 27 years old. Her character, though only glimpsed from afar, becomes an obsession for Kurt, symbolizing mystery, desire, and the dream of something more. With just a few seconds of screen time and one whispered line, she left an iconic impression. After American Graffiti, Somers rose to stardom as Chrissy Snow on the hit sitcom Three's Company, and later became a successful author and health spokesperson. Sadly, Suzanne Somers passed away on October 15, 2023, one day before her 76th birthday, after a long battle with breast cancer.
Hi. You out there? Yes. Have a Polsky?
We don't know this guy. I don't know what the name of the bar or the motel. Wait.
Go across the bridge and we get to the toll, and he said 50 cents. And I said, oh gosh, I forgot my wallet. And he says, well, you have to leave something as collateral. So
Jana Bellin, born on August 28, 1951 in the United States. She portrayed Buddha in American Graffiti, 1973, when she was 22 years old. Buddha is one of the young women seen cruising the strip, part of the colorful backdrop of characters that capture the spirit of teen life in the early 1960s. Though her role is small, her presence adds to the film's authentic and nostalgic atmosphere. After American Graffiti, Bellin appeared in several television shows throughout the 1970s and early 1980s, including The FBI and Barnaby Jones. As of 2025, at 73 years old, she lives a quiet life, away from the public eye, with limited recent appearances or media coverage.
And I got a really neat record collection. I even got Pledging My Love by Johnny Ace. Look, how can you love Nelson when he's going out with Marilyn Gator? Since he dumped on you, I was...
He didn't dump on me.
Jody Carlson, born on September 10, 1952, in the United States. She portrayed the girl in the Studebaker in American Graffiti, 1973, when she was 21 years old. Her role, though brief, adds to the authentic, youthful energy of the film's iconic cruising culture. Her appearance, like many others in the ensemble, contributes to the sense of a real, lived-in world full of small stories unfolding in one memorable night. While she did not continue with a high-profile acting career, Jody Carlson remains part of the beloved legacy of American Graffiti. In 2025, at 72 years old, she lives a private life away from the entertainment spotlight.
Does he go to Turlock High?
Well, he used to. He goes to JC now.
Do you go to JC?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wow. Do you know guys?
Manuel Padilla Jr., born on July 13, 1955, in Los Angeles, California. He portrayed Carlos in American Graffiti, 1973, when he was 18 years old. Carlos is a young and mischievous member of the Pharaohs gang, bringing a playful yet edgy energy to the group's antics throughout the night. Though a minor character, his presence adds to the film's authentic depiction of teenage street life. Padilla was already known for roles in TV series like Tarzan, and later appeared in various television shows throughout the 1970s. Sadly, Manuel Padilla Jr. passed away on January 29, 2008, at the age of 52. Due to complications from a brain aneurysm, he is remembered as a familiar face from a golden age of television and film.
He brought your name up at the Moose Hall.
Oh, yeah.
You got the check, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Kay Lentz, born on March 4, 1953, in Los Angeles, California. She portrayed Jane in American Graffiti, 1973, at the age of 20. Jane appears briefly in the film, part of the background youth culture that brings Modesto's cruising scene to life. Though her role in the film was minor, Lentz soon became a prominent actress, earning critical acclaim for her work in Breezy, 1973, and later winning 2 Emmy Awards for her performances in television, including Midnight Caller. In 2025, at 72 years old, she remains a respected figure in Hollywood, with a legacy of powerful dramatic roles.
Thought.
What the hell is this?
Wait a minute. I'm not saying I haven't got something in mind. Matter of fact, I was going to suggest you come back around here again tomorrow about this time, and maybe I'll give you another little tryout.
Debralee Scott, born on April 2, 1953, in Elizabeth, New Jersey. She portrayed Bob Falfa's girl in American Graffiti, 1973, when she was 20 years old. Her character is a spirited and flirtatious passenger alongside Harrison Ford's Bob Falfa, bringing energy and sass to her brief but memorable appearance. Scott went on to have a successful television career, known for roles in Welcome Back, Cotter, Mary Hartman, and appearances on Match Game. Tragically, Debralee Scott passed away on April 5, 2005, just 3 days after her 52nd birthday, reportedly from natural causes. Her death followed the heartbreak of losing her fiancé in the 9/11 attacks. She is remembered for her warmth, humor, and bright presence on screen.
Who, really
I
has...
weightlift.
Wait, you who?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I can bench, I can bench press 65 pounds. She probably is about 165.
Who is your favorite character from American Graffiti? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.